All right, lesson 2 is on the number line, unit 2. First page inside the back cover. It says the number line shows the position order and space between numbers, kind of like a map for numbers, where they are located. So when you make a number line, a couple keys to remember. Number lines get smaller as you go left, larger as you go right. That always has to be the case. Okay? Marking inequalities, we haven't talked about this yet. But if you ever see a line underneath the inequality, that means the dot is filled in. That means it includes that number. If you ever do not see the line underneath here, that means it's an open dot, means it does not include that number. We will talk about that as we go here. So take a look at the first lesson. It says, find a pattern and write the number that comes next. 11,852. We've done a lot about patterns here to start the year off. Madison, what would be the first number?
-1.
-1. How'd you get that?
Because -6, and then you count the blocks backwards.
-6.
Not on that one, Daddy. What? It goes backwards by 3.
You're subtracting 3 is correct. You're subtracting 3. Thinking out loud, it says, is it a negative or a fraction? Maybe it's a decimal. Something's got to change. Yeah, something's got to change, Lena says. The numbers go down by 3. So it'll be 2 minus 3. That's how they got -1. Jay said I pictured it on a number line. And Jay has the number lines here. We've got 11, he's got 8, he's got 5, he's got 2. And counted down by 3s. Michael says, oh, I know. We subtract 3 so many times and it goes less than 0. Okay, so those two people kind of made a visual clue of what you just answered up here. Question number 2, finish the number line. So go ahead and do that. Fill in those numbers. Remember to include the signs. So you're filling in the squares there for number 2.
What? Oh.
Landon don't need to do it out loud.
No, I accidentally wrote it different.
Landon don't need to do it out loud. All right, so the key is here, guys, to see, obviously, they're going by ones here. You can tell right here. Bigger this way,
Oh, man.
smaller this way.
I did all 3 lines on accident. I don't know why.
Okay, so just filling those in. Again, if it starts at 1 here, goes by ones, it's got to go by ones all the time, and don't switch the intervals. Question number 3, again, finding the pattern. 5, 3, 1, -1. Sean, what's the next?
That would be -3.
And then?
-3.
And then?
And then the -7.
Correct. Subtracting 2, again, a number line would help you find that. 3, 1, -1, -3. So again, just a visual to help you. Question 4. 2, -2, -6,
-10.
-10. How'd you get that, Landon?
I don't know.
You're right.
Went by 4.
Subtracting 4. You have a question?
So for the number lines,
Yep.
since right gets bigger and left gets smaller,
Yep.
do we just inverse what we're doing on the right for the left and vice versa?
Yes.
So it'd be subtracting for the left and adding for the right?
Yeah, you're subtracting and going this way. Adding going this way. Number 5, complete the pattern. -10, -7, -4, blank, and blank.
Oh, Sean.
Anybody?
Oh, this just, -1 and then
Maddie.
2. It's going down by 3s.
So?
So the first line would be -1, and then
The next one would be 1. Or I mean, 2, I think.
2. It's actually getting bigger by 3s. Okay, next one you are going by how many? How many?
2.
Going by 2s, right? So bigger to the right, smaller to the left. Anytime they have all the blocks there, make sure they're all filled in. Okay, next page. We got 5 people in here. Let's do one together, and then I'll have you all take one. Let's do number 11. Okay, 11 has
Oh, it's like just
1,
quarters.
2, 3, 4 spaces between 0 and 100.
It's just quarters.
So you're going by 100 divided by 4?
25.
25. So that should be 25,
57.
50, and 75. They all need to be evenly spaced. Okay. Kier, why don't you take 7? Case, 8. Madison, 9. Landon, 10. Sean, 12.
Will you be our teacher next year, Mr. Milbrandt?
4 years in a row?
That would be awesome.
We just had you last year, that's it.
I don't know. I don't know if you can afford me 3 years in a row.
I don't know.
All right, who did I give 7? Okay, what do you got? Shh. Correct? Who did I give 8 to? Case?
3, 9, 12.
Good. Maddie, I think I gave you 9.
-16, -12, 8, and 4.
You mean negative 4?
Yeah.
Good. Make sure you have the negatives. Landon?
Negative 10, 0, and 5.
Sean?
I got from left to right, negative 32, negative 28, negative 24, negative 20, and negative 60.
Very good. 5 for 5. Watch the signs.
See, now this is easy.
Directions for the next part. Landon. I'd love to chat so much. Why don't you read that one for me?
Place each target number between its closest multiplies of 10. Show how far away it is from each multiply of 10. The results show the results should look like a diagram above. Problem 15 is partly done for you.
All right, so multiples of 10. It wants to know how close they are. So we're going to mark the distance. Distance, remember, is always positive. For instance, here to Fargo is 60 miles. Fargo to here is 60 miles. It's not negative 60 the other direction. Distance is always positive. So how far apart are these two things?
Like, what, 32? 36?
From negative 40 to negative 36. How far apart are those two numbers?
4,
Those are 4 apart. How about from negative 6 to negative 30? How far apart are those?
6.
All right, so I'm going to do 14 here for you, and then have you try a couple. So it wants the multiples of 10. So what's the first multiple less than 71? A multiple of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40,
70,
70. How about the bigger?
80,
And then it wants to know the distance between them.
1, and 9.
That's perfect. So why don't you try 15 and 16?
Okay.
Tells you the target number. You got to place that first. Yes.
I'm pretty confused by this.
Okay, well, the target is negative 18.
It's
So that goes here.
1,
Shh, Landon. Negative 18. Agree with that?
Yeah.
That's their target. Okay, so the smallest number next to 18, that's a multiple of 10. 10, 20, 30. Negative 10, 20, 30. So what's going to be close to negative 18?
20.
Negative 20.
Yeah.
And then bigger than that?
30.
Mr. Milgrant, 16.
So negative 18 is between negative 20 and...
Negative 10.
There you go. And then mark the distance.
Mr. Milgrant, 17. Does that
Mark the
mean-
distance.
Does that mean we're
Mark the
just
distance.
scraping-
Mark the distance.
Okay, I'm scraping them.
So how far apart is it from negative 20 and negative 18?
8.
2.
Oh, wait, that's not
Negative 18 to negative 10? 8. Now, 117, as Landon was rudely trying to tell us before we were on that problem, there is no line to put it on. Well, what's the biggest number next to 120 or 117?
120.
120. Smaller than 117?
110.
So where do you think 117 should go?
Like, not halfway, but like, yeah, right there.
Probably a little closer to 120. Again, mark the distances. All right, next question. It says use the clues to mark one possible location for A, B, and C so they are in a correct order. Okay, clue number 1, A is negative. Notice where they have A, right? Left of 0, it's a negative. B is positive, so which side of 0 does B gotta go on?
The right.
Doesn't really matter where over there. And C is bigger than B, so where does C go?
At the end of the right side.
So that's the order it would be in. So if I was to correct this, I would make sure it goes A, 0, B, C. The distance between them doesn't really matter because we don't know their value. Okay, 18. A is negative. Left or right?
Well,
Again, I don't really care where you put it at this point. Landon, clue number 2. B is less than A. So does it go left of A or right of A?
Left. No, right.
B is smaller, so it's going to be further to the left.
Right. What was I thinking?
Smaller. And then it says C is not negative.
is it right?
If it's not negative, that means it's
Positive.
positive. It's got to go over here somewhere.
How do you know if it's a negative?
It would tell you.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're. But then why does B have the A sign? Like it's eating it?
It's less than. That means it's less than. Smaller. Okay, clue for 19. A is bigger than B.
So A way on the other side.
So we'll go A here and B. A is bigger than B. Clue number 2. A is bigger than C. So right now, C is going to go over here. I don't quite know where it should go yet.
Well, then we get the
Clue number 3 says C is less than B.
right in the middle.
So here or here if C is less than B.
Left.
Left side, yes. That's the order they should be in. See if you can get number 20. Not out loud. See if you can get number 20, bottom of page 4.
Create our own number.
Those three people. You can use a number line to help you if you'd like. Okay, I'm going to go through it and see if you agree. Adam is older than Brianna. So if I were to put it on a number line, it would look like that.
Yep.
Adam is older than Chris, so once again, Chris is over here somewhere. Don't know where exactly yet. Chris is younger than Brianna. So here's Brianna. That means Chris would be over here. So the youngest would be Chris. Middle child would be Brianna. And the eldest child is Adam. Agree with that?
Yes.
Land O'Lakes?
Yep.
All right, final page. Why don't you try the top 4? When you get all 4 done, Case, why don't you do 22? When you're done, bring it up here. Sean, you do 21. Landon, do 23. Kira, 24.
We only do one of these.
I want you to do all 4 of them and then write your
Oh.
answers up there.
Okay.
Which one am I doing again?
I don't remember.
So you want us to do all of them, but then you write 23 up, or we
Correct.
just
Whichever one I gave you, I want you to write answers up there.
write. Okay.
Number 21.
Yeah, I just figured that out. I didn't know until I said it. Okay. Where did that work out? Still 180. Yeah, it. So it's 20. I got it. Can I write mine up there?
You got them all done?
Oh, not all of them. I just got mine done. I guess we do.
They're running out of blue slips and else.
Number 24 card. I tried everything.
Yeah,
Use your multiplication card. No. And
yeah,
find
we
it.
are using it.
What's between negative 15 and 15?
You can either go. Where is multiple ways
What's
you can
between
do it?
negative 15 and 15?
Oh, number
Put a
21 is
zero there.
easy.
I was 24.
Oh.
I already finished number
I'm already
21.
done with 24.
Number 24?
You guys.
24 is easy, God.
It is
I thought
hard.
these were all just so easy.
Can I do number 24?
No,
I
fine.
didn't struggle with any of that.
All right, who has 21?
I do.
Who did I give 21 to?
Me.
I did?
No.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
I got 0, 30, 45.
You're going by 15s. Between negative 15 and 15 is 0, going by 15s. That's correct. Who had 22? Who did I give first chance for? Did you get it?
Yep. 19, 26, and 33.
Okay, so what is our difference here?
Going down by
7.
7.
So 49 minus 7 is what?
33.
49 minus 7.
42.
42. Minus 7.
35.
Minus 7.
28.
Good. Who had 23?
Me.
Do you know how to do it?
Yeah.
Okay, what's between 180 and 2?
140, 160, and 200.
So the first thing would be what's between those two, and it's 200, and you can see they're going by 20s. Now, the one that everybody seems to be having trouble with.
I figured it out.
Okay, there are
3 spaces.
4 spaces.
So it's gone by.
So how far is it from negative 18 to negative 2?
16.
They're 16 apart, right? Divided by 4. Now you might think it's divided by 3, but it takes 4 jumps to get here. So 16 divided by 4.
64.
Divided.
4.
Oh.
So you're going by 4s.
It's negative 18, negative 12, negative 8.
Nope, by 4s. 4 bigger than negative 18.
Negative 14.
4 bigger.
Yeah, you did figure it
Negative
out, didn't
10.
you?
4 bigger.
Oh,
Negative.
I went the opposite direction.
Oh.
I had it.
You got right for the person that couldn't get it.
I didn't get it right.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it.
I had it, but
I
I
figured
didn't
it out
realize
too.
it.
Don't worry.
Oh,
And
I thought it was easy, Daddy.
Yeah, you said it was easy. She said it was hard.
You said you were good.
All right, 25.
Quiet, what to do?
Same thing we got done doing. Now it has 10s and 100s. First one. 362 is the target. Next 10 below that is 360. How far is it between 360 and 362?
360 no scope.
362 to 370?
80, 88.
8. Now you're doing the same thing with the hundreds. So how far is it from 300 to 362?
Like, I don't know, like 62?
How far is it between 362 and 400?
Like 48? No, like 38.
38. Notice the top one will always add up to 10. The second one will always add up to 100. We'll do one more together.
Can we do...
You want to do 27, and then I'll let you do 26 since it has some stuff drawn there for you.
Yeah, I don't really know.
All right, let's do it. The nearest 10 compared to 413.
410.
410. The biggest 10 after 413.
420.
So where would 413 go? Closer to the 410 or 420?
410.
Now I'm going to write the distance. Distance from 410 to 413.
3.
Distance from 413 to 420.
7.
Okay, the nearest 100 compared to 413.
400.
400. The nearest 100 bigger than 413.
500.
So 413 would be about right here, maybe? Distance?
13.
Somebody other than Sean on this one.
I got it. Like, I would say 100.
Eh.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. My guess would be like 87.
Correct.
Nice.
Remember, they have to add up to 100.
I should be in this one.
Okay, you try 26, please. Amanda, what are you reading?
Oh, I got an
Number
email.
26.
This is leaving.
26. Don't need your iPad for 26.
My hairs fell out.
All right, feel free to check it when you're done. Let me know if there's any questions before we talk about the last page. Any questions?
I got it. Why is that 200 or 209?
Negative 200.
I put 200.
Okay, last one then. Okay, negative 981. Nearest 10 to that.
Negative 980.
So negative 980, that would be the bigger number. What's smaller than 980? Negative 980.
970.
That's bigger.
Oh, 990.
Negative 990. So negatives, you gotta be careful because it's the opposite, right? Negative 981 would be right here. What are the two distances?
1
And?
and like 8, 9.
Yeah, they have to add up to 10. Okay, between the hundreds. Isaac, I heard you say the smallest one once before. 1,000. Bigger number than that, nearest 100.
900.
Negative 900. So negative 981 would be here somewhere. And the distance.
Like, I would say 19.
19. And?
81.
81, very good. All right, question number 29. What number is 4 away from negative 60, but 6 away from negative 70? That's just kind of a word format of a number line. So think of it this way. It's one number, it's 4 away, and it's 6 away. Where does it lead to?
Negative 64.
Negative 64 is correct. See if you can do number 30.
What? That was so fast. I didn't see it coming.
It's 9 away from negative 20, but it's bigger than negative 20. So the question is, do I go left or right if it's bigger?
Right.
So if I go over 9, where am I going to be at? Negative 11. Final two there are a review from Unit 1. If I start with 48, how much does each one of these sides weigh?
24.
Okay, well then I should be able to figure out what one of those green blocks is. Because those three got to add up to 24.
8.
Each one is 8.
How did
Okay. This side is 24. What does each shelf weigh? 12.
Mr. Robert, can you go back to 30? How does that equal 9? Is that 18 or what is that?
Negative 11. It's 9 bigger than negative 20.
That's 10 and 10, or 20 and 10.
Yeah, I just drew a number line to show you kind of where the numbers would be at. Count 9 to the right here. Here's where negative 11 would be. You don't need a number line for those. I just made one.
Okay.
All right, so back to this one. We said 12 and 12. We said the green block was 8, so the yellow circle is 4. Somebody other than Sean on the next one. The butterflies. Kira.
3.
3. 3 times 4 gives you 12. 48. Again on the next one. That means each shelf weighs
24,
24.
12, 12,
That means each shelf below the 24 is
12.
12. Okay. So the flowers I should get,
6.
those are 6.
How did I get that right?
And then the moons I should get.
4,
Nope.
3,
You're guessing. 2. And that would equal 12. 6, 2, 2, and 2 is 12. All right, the right side is a little trickier. All right, because I got this little flower hanging out here. Remember, that is 6. So what is 24 minus 6? That means these two got to add up to 18. So what does each shelf equal? Yeah, 9. And he told me my moon was 2. So the triangle is 7. Very good.
That's hard. I don't know how, but
Very good. That was all review from last unit.
I still can't do that stuff. I don't know how.
This is what happens when you miss a week of school.
Page 7.
My cousin don't
Here is the homework
You already told you that like 5 times already.
from today. Page 7. I'll give you one of these that we can go over together if you want. This is a homework. I'll go through one if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Which one? Then you're gonna have about 10 minutes to work today.
Okay.
Don't go through any of them. They're too easy. What they are?
Anybody got one?
Okay.
Okay. All right, so this one you're just figuring out how far they are apart. How far are 60 and 68? 8. How far are 68 and 70? 2. All right, so the rest of those will be due tomorrow.